everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm Stefania. Today's video is gonna be a flip through of my reading journal. However, this time I'm not gonna show you a month. I'm gonna show you my mid-year stats. As I previously said, I was basically done with this notebook. There wasn't enough space to fit into it July, so instead of dividing a month into notebooks, I've decided to move to a new one for July. And these few pages at the end that were still there and empty, I've decided to use it as a mid-year recap, I would say. I've decided to create, I would say, a cover page so that by going through the notebook, it was more than clear that the following pages weren't part of June, but pages on their own. This time I didn't do a plan with me video about these different pages. So yes, the cover page, and as always, flowers and butterflies everywhere. The first page is a little recap, so there is a little bit of everything, I would say. How many books I've read, how many were ebooks and physical books, the number of pages, how many stars I gave so far, how many, I would say, voices in my bingo I've checked, the genres that I've read, how many authors, and how many series. I'm gonna talk a little bit about everything now because basically each single thing has their own spread. Books. Here I've decided to put from January to June and the number of books that I've read each single month. I know it looks probably weird, but I've decided that to reach 7 I would have had to color, for example. Also this one, it's a little bit off, but while I was doing it, it was making sense. So like one book you have to color for each single book to a different square, I would say. That's why it looks a little bit off by looking at 7 and seeing 7 here and however 7 it's here. I maybe it doesn't make sense, but moving on. As you can see, I would say that 7 has been my number. The month in which I've read the most was June with 9 books, and the one in which I've read the less was February with 5. However, things are gonna change a little bit in the next 6 months for sure, because already in August I didn't keep up with my 6, 7 or 8 books. I just stopped myself at 5, but it's pretty normal for me because actually this wasn't a normal thing for me. Reading so many books is something that I was expecting, so yeah. And the reason why I've decided to write the number at the top is because I've done it in another spread. I wasn't happy to see it on one spread and not in the others, so that's why I've decided to add the numbers from top. Then I have a spread for how many pages I've read each month. So again, I've put the month here and the number of pages. The month in which I've read more pages has been May. And this was thanks to the ACOTAR series, because I've read the whole series there, and these books weren't short. Definitely no, so that's why. While the month in which I've read just a few pages compared to this was February. The next spread is I didn't know what to write here because it was a simple spread to show how many books I've read and how many ebooks, so physical books and ebooks. But I couldn't write ebooks or physical books because it was too long, and so I've decided just to use a stamp to do these books. And so far I've read more ebooks because I've read 25, while physical books I've read 17. I was expecting something different if I would have to think about how I was used to in the past, but I would say around October, November last year I started reading ebooks, and I would say I'm accepting them now. But before, I just couldn't read the books. I was physical books. For sure. Not ebooks. This spread, it's about the writers or authors. Basically, I've only put this who I've read at least 2 books by them. All the other authors that aren't here are because I've only read 1 book by them so far. This basically was like having an idea who I've read the most. And until June, Who in Hoover was at the top, but with July, someone will move at the top without a doubt because I read the Throne of Glass series and that's had quite a few books. There's not a real reason, I just wanted to see if I started reading more about the same people that I used to read before or different authors. Wasn't really another reason why doing this. This one instead is all about the ratings, so that's why I've added 5 stars here. I thought it was cool to see it in this way instead of writing something else. And here I have the number of stars, so 1 star, 1 star and a half, 2 stars, 2 and a half, and so goes on. And here the number of books. As you can see, I've definitely gave a lot of 3 stars and 3 stars and a half, while 5 stars, I would say I don't have so many 5 stars here. But the reason is because I think that this year I'm more picky on my 5 stars, so yeah, probably that's why. But the good news so far is that I don't have a single 1 star. Which, as I've previously said, I would give a 1 star to a book that I would just drop and not finish. It means that basically I've read everything that I've started so far. Already completely finished it, so kind of happy. Then I have a bingo recap where basically I've just wrote all the things I've checked in my bingo that was here at the beginning in case you missed this so far, so that I exactly know what I've done from January until June, say beginning of July, and I simply rewrote them all. So I've started and finished the series, I've read a book that then was turned into a movie, a classic fantasy, a book with more than 300 pages, a book with less than 250 pages, a book with a 1-word title, a book by an author that it's new for me, a book with a blue cover, a book that's going insane on social media, a book that I like because of the cover, it's something you shouldn't do, but and a thriller. I've also decided to create a spread for all the series because this year I've started different series and so far I've finished them. I mean, The Folk of the Air, Slammed, Wild, and Caraval have been complete, so I've read them all. I've also added the Hakutar series, even if there are still a few books that are gonna come out apparently. The reason why I started it was because I was sure when I started it that it was done, like all the books were out. Then I had this surprise by the end finding out that the trilogy plus the novel was followed already by another book, and then apparently there are gonna be still 2 more books, if I'm not wrong. The last 2 pages I've decided to do a Storygraph stats. Basically, I have this app on my phone and I've stopped using it from the 1st of July just because I wanted to do this and I didn't want to think too much about it. I really like this app and I don't use it to... Let's say that I kind of use it like Goodreads, so it's not like I had any review or I put how many stars I've decided to give to a book. No, nothing of that. But I really want to start using them a little bit more next year. The thing that I love about Storygraph is their stats page, because it's amazing. So basically from there I've decided to take 4 things and I've just had them here. So genres, as you can see, I've read a lot of romance, then fantasy, and then there was classics and thriller and historical, they're called like this. I've done also one with the number of pages, so I would say that I've read more books which are between 300 and 499 pages. Then I've read several books which are under 300 pages, and then also some books which have more than 500 pages. Then there was the piece, so if it was fast, medium or slow, and for me it was fast, slow, medium. This one is pretty fun, but I wanted to put here as a model for myself. It's fiction or non-fiction, and as you can see I've only read fiction. I haven't read anything which is non-fiction, and I wanted to change this. Actually, there is a book in my TBR that I would really love to read, and it would be a non-fiction. I really like this app, and I think that since it's free for the majority of things, if I'm not wrong, I mean, I downloaded it for free and I didn't pay anything. I don't know if it's fully free or if there's something more with payment or things like that, but all the basic things that you can do with Goodreads are free as well. And they gave you so many other things, but I can't show you right now because I'm basically recording with my phone, so I can't also show my phone screen at the moment. But yeah, I really like this app, and now I'm gonna start updating it with all my July and August things because I just let it there to be able to do this. It's crazy, I know. And then as you can see, there was only one more page which I left empty because I didn't know what to put here, and because I hate the first page at the beginning and the last one because I just hate it. So yes, these are my mid-year stats. I wanted to do this video so that you can see how I've decided to use these few pages, and because I really like having an idea of where I am. So here we go. Let me know in a comment if you do something like this in your reading journal, like around June, so in the middle of the year, or if you do it, for example, every 3 months, or only at the end of the year, or if you don't do stats at all, anything like this. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I could give you some ideas for some more spreads to add in your reading journal. And I think that with this is everything for today. I'm gonna post pretty soon a whole flip through of my reading journal, but it's gonna be a non-talking one, because if you want to see it in more details, each single month I've came out with a flip through. So it's gonna be a very fast video. I'm just gonna literally scroll through all the pages. And then I'll also put, because it was requested, or better, I asked you if you would have enjoyed it or not, and especially in the Italian version, some people said yes. Fill in the yearly pages. This is the beginning, with July. So you can see how I do that each single month. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe for more videos like this one. And see you next time. Bye!